Browns tied a franchise record by playing in their 4th overtime game this year on Sunday against Tampa. Now, what other year did the team also play in 4 overtime games in the regular season? The answer is B, 1989. The 1989 Browns went to overtime 4 times, winning against the Vikings, losing to the Colts and Dolphins, and tying with the Chiefs. Welcome back to Browns All Access. Nathan Segura, Bernie Kosar. Bernie, it's Steeler week again. The Steelers coming fresh off of their bye. They've won 2 in a row, 3 of the last 4, although they've had some struggles at home. But, you know, you think about a season, they're 6 games in. What kind of evolves from when we saw them in week 1?
Well, one of the things I think needs to evolve is in week 1, Ben Roethlisberger and their Pittsburgh offense, they really struggled against our defense. Definitely, we love to see that happen again this week.
Absolutely will, and this defense is going to have to continue to step up shorthanded. We saw what Christian Kirksey did. Demarius Randall moved to cornerback last week and played very well. Breanne Body Calhoun at free safety. They're going to have their hands full with this Steelers offense, and I'm going to talk with head coach Hue Jackson about what to expect on Sunday when the Browns and the Steelers face off for the 2nd time in 2018. All right, Coach, Steelers for the 2nd time this year on Sunday. It was a tie back in week 1. Now they're a different team. So are the Browns. Your 3 touchdown scorers in week 1 were Tyrod, Carlos Hyde, Josh Gordon.
Yeah.
So it's a different offense you're bringing in against the Steelers.
No, it is. You know, I kind of saw that myself just watching the tape. You know, we have different cast of characters playing positions now, starting with Baker. And obviously, you know, Nick Chubb and Duke Johnson's our backs now, and we've moved on at receiver. I just think, again, it's going to be a tremendous game. You know, it's a division game against Pittsburgh. You know, it's in their stadium. You know, we're going to take a great team up there and go play some really good football.
What's the biggest difference you see when you watch the Steelers tape now compared to when you watched our week 1 game against them?
Well, I think when you think back to week 1, I think what our team did real well was take the ball away from them. You know, and I think the majority of their turnovers really came in our game. You know, he has 6 total interceptions on the year, and 4 of them came in our game. Right. And so I think they've done a better job of not turning the ball over. They're still scoring points. They're still a dangerous football team. They're still a really good defensive football team. We understand the mission at hand. We just got to go do what we do.
So taking the ball away, you did that week 1. That's been something that's continued all year long. From a defensive standpoint, how do you slow down a team, though, that's got the 2 great receivers? Their tight ends have been unbelievably productive, and then obviously what Connor's doing at running back.
Well, I think what's really important is that, again, we play fundamental football. You know, we play within the scheme that Greg has and the rest of the assistant coaches has designed for this week's game plan. We got to know them inside and out and know exactly what their tendencies are so we can play fast and make sure that we're playing with urgency at all times. Obviously, you just mentioned they have a lot of weapons. You know, we need to slow them down. You're not going to necessarily take them all out of the game, but we got to slow them down and not let them create big plays that way.
Bernie, this is going to be a tough one. We're going over there to Heinz Field. The Steelers have played very well there against the Browns for quite some time now. What must this team do to go out there and get a win on Sunday?
Well, first and foremost, I think offensively, we see that the Pittsburgh defense, they have buttoned up some of the issues they had on the back end. They had some big voids early in the year, some big plays in that intermediate passing game, that 15 to 25 yards downfield. Even though they've buttoned that up a little bit, I'd like us to kind of try to attack that and go after it like we showed on the Jarvis Landry touchdown last week down in Tampa.
I certainly would like to see that. A quick start on offense, special teams continuing its recent strong play, and then this defense bending but not breaking against an excellent offense with Ben, with Connor, with Brown, and of course Juju Smith-Schuster in the mix for that Steelers team. Remember, for all the latest on your Cleveland Browns, subscribe to all of our social media channels, download the Browns app, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and of course for the very latest on this man, check out Kosar19.com. It's a big one, the Browns and the Steelers. Thanks for watching Browns All Access with Hue Jackson, and let's go Browns.